Kunal leads a strong frontline team of professionals, CAs, CS, that operates within a clearly defined system framework. Kunal is a firm believer in beating deadlines and not meeting deadlines, and accordingly manages vertical. We have CA Rakesh Selampuria. He's a chartered accountant by profession and partner in SBR and Company. He has gained immense knowledge in the field of taxation and audit while working with various corporate and non-corporate banking entities from last 11 years. He's also associate with a few NGOs. He believes that opportunities don't happen, you create them. Hello, Mr. Rakesh.
Hello.
And then we have Mr. Darshan Shurana. He's a financial consultant based in Mumbai. He has over a decade of experience of working in finance industry. He has vast amount of knowledge dealing with banks and large corporate customers. And of course, we have ASEC Association President, Mr. Bivas Biswas, and Director of Amroys. We have Mr. Joshi Cherian, who is also helping me with this webinar as co-host. He's Director Innovays. And me, Ashok Bis, from Director from Saltwater Studio. That's an awesome panel, isn't it? So now, with today's session, we want to make it sure that there remains no ambiguity in government schemes. We from designers and fabrication community get a mental makeup of how things will roll in coming months. Nikhil, I want to start with you. You already have a set agenda to help to reach 5,000 plus MSMEs and help them survive this crisis. You have been consulting big corporates in retail and other sectors.
Correct.
What do you see we have in front of us? What kind of aftermath of this pause do you see? And if there is any silver lining? As a business consultant, please guide us with your wisdom and what should we be preparing for in near future?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Ashok. And I would like to thank the SDAC team for inviting me and to give a few insights on how we can turn this crisis into an opportunity for all of us. So I have very less time, and in this less time, I will ensure that I try to guide you on how to turn this crisis into an opportunity. So moving forward, first I'll give you a few data, a few stats, global stats on the top 5 industries that has been impacted by the COVID-19 today. So this is a stats by S&P Global, and these are the industries which is impacted globally, not only in India, but on a global scale. Since it is a pandemic, it is a effect on a global scale. So the airline and travel industry, events and entertainment industry, non-essential retail, essential retail is doing good, auto parts and equipments, and oil and gas. So these are the 5 most top impacted industries due to COVID. And we all know that we fall into the industry of events. And we are amongst the first industry to get impacted due to COVID-19. Now this is the reality, and I think no one can change this reality. Going forward, in April, I have come across many news. That is, I would call it as opportunities in making. It is not an opportunity today, but it is an opportunity in making. So in April, we have come across news that there are many industries, there are many companies who are now looking at India as a global manufacturing hub. So today, the companies who are already there in China, they are also shifting their base to India. The companies who were thinking to go to China, they are not taking India as a second option to start the manufacturing unit. So not today, but then of course in future, it is an opportunity for us because we are the people who get these manufacturers connected to the buyers. So we act as a mediators. So not today, I'm telling this again, it is an opportunity in making. But now the major question that lies in front of all of us, that ठीक है, I understand Nikhil की कल opportunity आने वाली है, and you have also told कि आज की date में we are into crisis. But the main question in front of all of us is that how do we sail through this period? ये जो period है, ये period को हम कैसे निकालें? And it is not about a small period of 1 or 2 months. It is going to take few months to overcome this period. So ये period, how do we sail through it? And I've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs. तो एक जन ने मुझे बताया था कि मैंने मूवी में देखा था कि वो टाइम मशीन होती है कि wherein you can sail through the time, you can go back, you can go in front. तो इज लाइक कि वो एक्चुअली सच होना चाहिए था ताकि हम टाइम मशीन में बैठ के ये पीरियड निकाल ले. बट देन दिस इज द फैक्ट, दिस इज द रियलिटी, इट इज नॉट अ मूवी कि टाइम मशीन नहीं है. तो टाइम मशीन अगर नहीं है तो हमें करना क्या पड़ेगा, हमें टाइम मशीन बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा, हमें खुद वो टाइम मशीन अपने लिए बनानी पड़ेगी, सो दैट वी सेव थ्रू दिस पीरियड. And how can we build this time machine? I will give you small tips today. So today, what are we like? It's the time. आज की डेट में अपना टाइम खराब है, आज की डेट में सिचुएशन ही ऐसा है because of which we are making losses. Maybe few of them might have been started operating from offices, few of them might have been started going to the offices. But आप ऑफिस में जाइए, आप टीम को बुलाइए, आप टीम को जूम पे बात कीजिए, whatever you try to do, but then it is a loss because there is no business, or maybe there is very less business. So ये time ही ऐसा है wherein even if we try to struggle, even if we try to put our best, but then we'll not be able to make profits. Losses incur होएगी in this period because we already have a fixed expenses. Though few expenses are being deferred, even today we have financial experts over here who can tell you how we can minimize our losses, but losses are going to happen. Now the question lies is that when we are back to business, जब हम business वापस चालू करेंगे, we can see there are opportunities in future. So it is not that when we are back to business, we will not have opportunities. In fact, we will have more opportunities than we had before. So when we are back to business, how do we ensure that we recover the losses that we are making today? How do we ensure that the losses that we are going to make in next few months, how do we recover it? So that is the challenge in front of the industry that we are in today. So if you want to ensure that when you're back to business, abhi ke jo losses hai, you should be in a capacity to recover it. And there's only one solution to it, and the solution itself is time. Today, time is the problem. Tomorrow, time is only going to be the solution. In the same time, when you're back to business, in the same time, you should have the capacity to cater more clients. When you're back to business, in the same time, you should have the capacity to be more productive. In the same time, in the same staff, you should be more productive. You should be able to cater to more clients. You should be able to tap more opportunities. Maybe you're serving a particular industry today. Maybe you're serving to a jewelry sector. Maybe you're serving to a particular industry. You should be able to tap more industries. So in the same time, who is able to grab more opportunities, he will be able to turn this losses that you're making today into a profit making business tomorrow. And it is a challenge that when you're back to business, when you're in your business, maybe in the 12 months, you can take a goal. In these 12 months, how do I recover or how do I make profits of last 24 months? So that is a main challenge when you're back to business. And of course, as I said, today we also have a few financial experts who can also guide you on that part. But today we will have to get ready for the future. Today is the time where you will have to upgrade yourself, where you will have to ensure that tomorrow you recover the losses that you're making today. Now, but how do you get ready for tomorrow? So what is the I would say I will explain you a scientific approach. It is not a gyan, it is a scientific approach which will help you to recover the losses that you're making today. I've been very lucky in this past 2 months to be a part of many webinars from various industries, especially the top 5 effective industries that I had explained. Like retail. Retail is one of my biggest fortes, and I've been a part of many associations where I got an opportunity to be a speaker, to be a panelist, and I've been interacting to many of my clients. So many of my clients, I've been interacting to the CEO, to the group presidents. Even I've got opportunities to be a part of closed door meetings wherein Kirloskar Brothers group president Pratima Kirloskar was addressing people on how can you overcome these crises. So today, whatever solution I'm going to give you, it is not a solution by Nikhil Agarwal. This is not my solution. This is the solution being given by stalwarts. But I'm trying to compile those solutions and explain it to you in a very simple way. So this is a solution which all these stalwarts are trying to implement into their business. So why not us? So I was interacting with the CEO of a very big company, and उन्होंने मुझे बहुत interesting बात बोली कि आज की डेट में एक वायरस नहीं, आज की डेट में 2 वायरस है. इस पूरी दुनिया में। एक तो कोरोना वायरस है, दूसरा वायरस है वरी। लोग यही दो वायरस से मर रहे हैं, कोरोना वायरस एंड वरी। यू हैव टू एंश्योर कि आप ये दोनों वायरस से दूर रहो। When it comes to corona virus, you know the measures that you have to take. Government is educating. I think so. Even you are know that how to take the precautions and be away from the virus that is called coronavirus. But the second virus, which I agree, it is not easy. It is not easy because of the situation that we are into today. But हमें ये virus से दूर रहना पड़ेगा, वो है worry. Being worry, if you start worrying, क्योंकि इट इज अ पैंडेमिक, मैंने जैसे बोला इट्स अ पैंडेमिक, ऐसा नहीं कि आपकी कंपनी पे ये सिचुएशन आया वेयर यू हैव टू वरी। अगर सिर्फ आपकी कंपनी पे ये सिचुएशन आया यू विल हैव टू वरी, यू हैव टू कम आउट ऑफ इट। बट ये सिचुएशन इज ऑन द इंडस्ट्री, ये सिचुएशन इज दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ पैंडेमिक। यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग एंड सो दैट इज व्हाई स्टॉप वरिंग अबाउट इट। इवन आई वुड से कि जो ऑपोजिशन लीडर के जो मे बी लीडर्स, बिकॉज ऑफ द लीडर्स, इवन उनके बोलने से कुछ हो नहीं पा रहा है आज के डेट में। सो यू नो वी आर ऑन अ वेरी स्मॉल स्केल टू स्टार्ट वरिंग एंड टॉक अबाउट इट। So first thing is stop worrying. Second thing is ये जो news, we are just surrounded with news. अपने WhatsApp पे बोलो, TV खोलो, news होती है। हम when we interact with each other, we just talk about news. We talk about Congress, BJP, Hindu, Muslim, and I don't. We are just surrounded by these news, and we are just blaming each other, maybe or the government. ये चीजों से, if you are involved in these things, if you are worrying, I would say you are below the line. First thing is stop being below the line, and today you will have to start being above the line, which is not easy. I'm not saying which is an easy thing to do. Stop worrying today is not an easy thing to do, but then you will have to do it because there's no other solution to it. And this is what all the stalwarts are saying. So when you stop worrying, that is the phase where I would say you're on the line. And the day you start exploring new opportunities, the day you start exploring new technologies, the day you start exploring new ways of working, the day you start becoming more creative, more innovative, that is the day you start going above the line. Maybe today you are here, maybe for this informative session. Maybe today is the day where you started to go above the line. But you will also be very open-minded, and you'll have to be open to suggestions. So whatever suggestions, maybe even ASDAC is coming up with many sessions, many webinars. Today also we are going to share a lot of insights, but you'll have to be open-minded to accept these suggestions and start implementing. That is the day that you'll start coming, you'll be above the line. So friends, one thing, let's start being above the line. That is the first thing that you'll have to do. And again, I'm telling you, this is not my solution. This is the solution which all these stalwarts are implementing in their business, into their personal life as well. Now, the second thing is, how do we be above the line? हम above the line जाए कैसे? जैसे मैंने बोला, you'll have to be creative. You'll have to start thinking of new ideas. So the first thing that you'll have to start doing is you'll have to start learning. And when I talk about start learning, it is not necessary कि मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि आप कोई कोर्स कर लो, जाके कोई कोर्स के लिए आप पे कर लो. Start learning, it is not a costly affair when I talk about learning. Even if you have youngsters at home, in any form, maybe you have young generation at home in form of children, in form of maybe your neighbors, in form of niece, in form of any form. If you have a young generation near to you today, talk to them. Even they will teach you many things. They will teach you how to use your mobile better. It is not only on being on WhatsApp and social media and just running through the TikTok post and all those things. Talk to your younger generation. वो आपको पता है कि social media कैसे use किया जाता है अच्छे से. It is being open. It is being looking around you. We are living into a digital age. Go to better website, good websites wherein they will share good information. Just don't go to any of the websites which they don't have a credibility. Go to good websites. उधर से आपको free information मिल जाएगी. Go to good channels on YouTube. उधर से आपको free information मिल जाएगी. So today learning is not a costly affair like it was 10 years back. So friends, please get into the mode of learning. And abhi tak hua kya hai? We have been into different roles. Like we have been into a role of a husband. We have been into a role of a father. We have been into a role of a boss, partner, vendor. I would say creditor, debtor, taxpayer. If you follow Swachh India Bharat, you have been a good citizen of India. Many of you might be in a role of grandfather also, and uncle. So till now we have been into many roles. And day in and day out, till we were, I would say 2 months back, even today, we are actively performing our best into all these roles. लेकिन there is one role, एक रोल ऐसा है जो हम लोग भूल गए हैं, and maybe हम लोग ने बहुत टाइम से वो रोल में हम लोग गए नहीं है. That is one role that we have not been into. Can anyone tell me? You can put it on chat. What is that role? Or maybe you can, for this moment, you can put on your mic. What is that role that we have not been into since a very long time?
Student role.
Exactly. Correct. Exactly. And you're on the spot. So that's the student role that we have not been into. We have stopped learning. We have given our best in other roles, but then we have stopped giving time to ourselves. This is the time where you have the opportunity to give time to yourself, to upgrade yourself, to be for self-betterment. So please use this time, go into a student role, start learning for your self-betterment. Now, I'll give you a simple solution that how can you start learning? So what is the start to it? So first thing is start working on your weakness. And when I talk about your weakness, first thing is to identify your weakness. But I'm sure I'll guarantee you कि अगर मैं आप लोग को पूछूं कि आपकी weakness क्या है, इधर आप एक या दो weaknesses ज़्यादा बताओ नहीं पाओगे, and you'll be biased. आप बोलेगा यार कोई तो ये भी बोलेगा मेरे में weakness ही नहीं है. So the challenge today is to identify your weakness. I have been interacting with so many entrepreneurs, with so many small and micro enterprises. The owners are not aware about their weakness. Why? Again, उसका भी reason है. I'm not blaming you. The reason is because आपने खुद को कभी टाइम ही नहीं दिया. You have been into so many different roles. आपको कभी टाइम ही नहीं मिला खुद की तरफ ध्यान देने का. तो आपको खुद की weaknesses नहीं पता है. So if you want to know your weaknesses, go to your role, like you had been in a role of husband. Talk to your wife, what is your weakness? She'll give you many weaknesses, but be open to it. Listen to it. If you're a father, talk to your children. Ki what is your weakness and what do you think that I should change? As a boss, talk to your staff members, and it's not a shame. Talk to your staff members कि आपकी सबसे ऐसी दो चीजें मुझे बताइए कि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि सर ये नहीं करना चाहिए था आपको. Talk to your business partners कि अरे यार तेरे हिसाब से what is that one thing that you always struggle with me, कि तुझे ऐसा लगता है ये बस तेरे में नहीं होना चाहिए था. Our partnership would have been much more better than what we are today. Talk to your brother, don't talk to your debtors, but then of course talk to the people who are close to you. Right. So they are the people who will show you your weaknesses, and then of course you will have a very big list of weaknesses when you talk to these guys. But now the challenge that will be in front of you, that you need to just work on few weaknesses. So this is an activity for all of you. This is an assignment for all of you. Go back to your roles. You have been into many roles. Talk to your stakeholders. Analyze your weaknesses. List down your weaknesses. ये weakness को आप दो buckets में डाल दीजिए. एक है आपके personal weaknesses and दूसरे है आपके professional weaknesses. So to give you an example, अगर मैं personal weaknesses की बात करूँ, maybe someone has a problem of anger management. Health and fitness is something that you will have to look upon. Relationships is something wherein you'll have to know how to develop relationships, better relationships. Stress level, जैसे मैंने बोला कि worry, होता है. It is a nature that you keep worrying about things, though it is not in your control, but you take stress. Eating habits, like control ही नहीं है. Even that is my problem that I'm trying to work upon. And communication. So communication is something that you need to work upon. So I'm just giving an example which can trigger your weaknesses, you will be able to analyze your weaknesses. Maybe on the professional front, you might have a weakness wherein time management. If you were when you were into business, and अगर आप ऐसा बोलते थे कि सुबह से शाम तक टाइम कैसे जाता है मुझे पता ही नहीं चलता है, that means time management का problem है. It is time management is the biggest problem if you are using these words. Organized way of working. अगर आप खुद बिजनेस में इन्वॉल्व हो, आपके बिना पत्ता भी अगर नहीं हिलता, वैसे बोलते हैं कि मेरे बिना तो पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता मेरे बिजनेस में, अगर ये हो रहा है तो दैट मींस आपका तरीका ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे ऑफ वर्किंग नहीं है. इट इज नॉट अ गुड साइन. यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, अगर मे बी आज भी आप मैनुअल इनवॉइसेस बना रहे हो, आज भी आप एक्सेल पे काम कर रहे हो, आज भी आपकी इन्वेंट्री का आता पता नहीं है, आपको start using technology. And technology अगर मैं बात करूँ आज की डेट में, technology is not expensive. ये 5 साल पहले की बात थी, जिधर ERP लगाना है, 5 लाख खर्चा करना है, 10 लाख खर्चा करना है. आज की डेट में it is not expensive at all. Start use of how can you start using technology? Even today I'll show you a few tools in this session of mine जो free है and that you can start using it. It is about how can you increase your productivity, and of course we have financial stalwarts over here who will also guide you that on how can you operate your business in low cost. So these are the things, maybe these are the weaknesses that you'll have to work upon, but इतने weaknesses पे एक साथ काम करना possible नहीं है. It is not possible अगर इतने सारे weaknesses आपके सामने आ गए तो. Just work on 2 weaknesses. बस 2 weakness लीजिए आपके पर्सनल लाइफ के, आपके प्रोफेशनल लाइफ पे, एंड स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन दीज 2 weaknesses, which I call it as 2 times better than today. You will have to be 2 times better than today. And how can you do that? It is just by working on your 2 weaknesses. That's it. बाकी आप भूल जाइए. Just work on these 2 businesses consistently for next few months. So I'm also going to if I talk about the professional weaknesses, if you are facing a problem, wherein you want to get into an organized way of working, maybe you want to get into today many of the staff members of yours might be working from home, and you want to ensure कि वो लोग कैसे productive रहे. And not only today, even when you're back to business, how can you be more productive than you are today? So मैं कुछ ऐसे tools आपके साथ में share करूँगा. ये भी जो tools है, these are very simple tools. जो भी WhatsApp यूज कर सकता है इधर, जो भी इधर WhatsApp यूज कर सकता है, वो ये टूल्स यूज कर सकता है. You just need 2-3 days to get a hang of it. It is very simple. ये सारे tools आपके मोबाइल पे अवेलेबल है, and the best part is these are free tools. ये सारे tools free है. If you start, even I use these tools. I'm not just coming and preaching you on tools which I just found it on internet. ये tools में मेरे day in and day out, me, even my team members are using it. This is how we manage our business. So so the first tool is basic Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, Google Docs. So this is a tool wherein stop creating Excel sheets offline. Offline के Excel sheets use करना बंद करो. Google Sheets है, like Google के पास में एक tool है जिधर आप online जाके Google Sheets create कर सकते हो. This is a sheet which you created online. ऑनलाइन क्रिएट हो जाता है. आपको डेटा का टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. मे बी कुछ ऑफलाइन आपका डेटा पड़ा है, कल को आपका लैपटॉप क्रैश हो गया, डेस्कटॉप क्रैश हो गया, योर डेटा इज लॉस्ट, ये कुछ भी नहीं होगा इधर. इट इज क्रिएट अ गूगल शीट. इवन यू कैन स्टार्ट शेयरिंग. आज के दिन में होता है कि हम ऑफलाइन क्रिएट करते हैं एक्सेल शीट. अभी मुझे आपको भेजना है तो मेरे को आपको ईमेल करना पड़ेगा. फिर आप भी वो एक्सेल देखोगे, आप अपने कमेंट्स डालोगे. मेरे पास फिर वो कमेंट्स है ही नहीं अपडेटेड, वो आपके डेस्कटॉप पे वो अपडेटेड कमेंट्स. Then you email it to me. मेरे पास अभी 2 फाइल हो गई and I'm confused. अभी लेटेस्ट फाइल कौन सी है? तो ये सब confusion होता है if we start using Excel offline. Start using online Excel, that is Google Sheets. Even you can share this Google Sheet with multiple people. 3, 4, 8, 10 लोग ये एक साथ ये Google Sheet पे simultaneously काम कर सकते हैं. अगर आपने कुछ अपडेट किया है, immediately सामने वाले को दिख जाएगा. आपको ईमेल करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You can also आप इसमें राइट्स भी डिफाइन कर सकते हो कि ये Google Sheet कोई बंदा सिर्फ देख सकता है, उसमें कोई एडिटिंग नहीं कर सकता है. ये गूगल शीट कोई एडिट भी कर सकता है. सो यू कैन डिफाइन द राइट्स आल्सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू यूजिंग दीस टूल्स. सो स्टार्ट यूजिंग गूगल शीट्स. इट्स अ वेरी गुड टूल एंड अ फ्री टूल. The second tool which I will highlight is Asana. It's called ASANA. So Asana is a tool which is used for task management. अभी आज की डेट में होता क्या है कि अगर हमें स्टाफ को, कोई भी स्टाफ को अगर काम देना है, हम अपना फोन उठाते हैं and that's it कि अरे ये काम करना है, वो क्लाइंट को कॉल कर लेना, उसका इनवॉइस रेज कर देना, नीचे ग्राउंड लेवल पे वो काम हुआ है कि नहीं एक बार देख लेना. सो दिस इज हाउ वी वर्क टुडे. हम फोन उठाते हैं, स्टाफ से बात करते हैं, एंड फिर जब स्टाफ को आपने तो ऑलरेडी 4-5 काम दे दिए स्टाफ को. अभी मे बी परसों, मे बी आफ्टर 2 days वो स्टाफ भी ऑब्वियसली अगर आपने 10 काम दिए तो उसमें से 5 तो भूलने वाला है वो काम. फिर आप क्या करोगे, 2 दिन बाद आप उसको कॉल करके चिल्लाओगे कि मैंने तो तेरे को काम दिया था, हुआ क्यों नहीं अभी तक. एंड you will go into that mode. But then this is not a healthy way of working. इससे क्या होएगा, पूरा environment खराब होता है. Even आपका staff का productivity नीचे जाएगा if you don't give them good tools to use. Because even they are humans, even you are human. We have the tendency to forget. We are not superhumans. तो इसलिए start using task management tool. So Asana is one tool. There are also many other tools available. This is a free tool. In this you can assign tasks to your team members. उनके mobile app पे आ जाएगा. It is not that कि उनको desktop पे ही देख पाएंगे, mobile app पे देख पाएंगे. उधर से even you can assign recurring tasks. कोई ऐसा task है, for example, maybe every month bank statement reconciliation आपको आपके accounts team को देना है, and it should be done maybe on every 25th of the month. Recurring task create कीजिए. On 25th बिना आपके task create किए ना 25th को आपके accounts person के mobile में task चले जाएगा. Maybe if you want to release salaries, so these are all recurring tasks जो आप ये tool use करके आप create कर सकते हो, so that you are also helping your staff to work in a better way, to be more productive. आपको ही उनको help करना पड़ेगा, वो आपको आके solution नहीं देंगे. You will have to give them solution, you will have to give them proper tools so that they become more productive. Another tool is Google Calendar. So Google Calendar is something wherein tomorrow when you have to manage multiple events, tomorrow when you have to talk to your clients, maybe you book a meeting with them, tomorrow if you have an important call to be made at a particular time. So try to use Google Calendars, jidhar aap maximum ye major type of events you start putting into it. So होता क्या है कि कभी-कभी maybe you've booked an important call, you're so busy into your day-to-day work कि आप भूल जाते हो. Maybe your client is calling you कि अरे हमारा एक call था, and then you say, oh yes, sorry, मैं तो अपने काम में busy था. It is not a good sign. Please map it to your Google Calendar. And if you start using these tools, हम जो golden words use करते हैं आजकल, sorry, you will start using this golden word use करने का जो ये कम हो जाएगा. When it comes to Asana, even your team members, आपका staff भी sorry बोलना कम करेगा. Sorry मैं भूल गया, अरे sorry मेरे ध्यान से निकल गया. ये words use करना कम हो जाएगी आपके day-to-day working atmosphere में. And the last tool that I would like to highlight for today's my part is the Google Keep. So today even I'm sharing a few knowledge. तो maybe आप notes बनाने रहोगे, paper and pen रहेगा आपके पास में. होता क्या है, paper and pen पे जब हम notes बनाते हैं, तो today the note is there in front of you. 2 दिन बाद ये note किधर चले जाएगा अगर आपने संभाल के नहीं रखा, it's going to get lost. And तो अभी जो आप मेहनत कर रहे हो, अभी जो आप time invest कर रहे हो in making those notes, it will get lost. And हो सकता है आप इतने webinars, इतने ये चीज attend करो, इतने notes बना रहे हो, but सही time पे वो note को refer करना, सही time पे going to back to that note, it becomes very difficult. So again you start using Google Keep. It is again mobile app पे भी available है. आप इसको डाउनलोड कीजिए, कोई भी नोट्स है, स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग इट ऑन गूगल कीप. इट इज गोइंग, मेरे इवन 4-5 साल पुराने नोट्स भी आज मेरे गूगल कीप पे है. मुझे अगर कुछ रिफर करना है, आई कैन इवन गो बैक टू माय नोट्स 4-5 years back and I can refer it. So it is a very effective tool that is called Google Keep. So these are basic tools. अगर आपने ये implement करना, इसको अच्छे से अगर implement करते हो, it is not only about implementing, it is about effective implementation and consistency. होता क्या, even I've seen with my clients कि वो use करते हैं, जोश में आते हैं, maybe they use it for 5 days, 6 days, and 15 days 0. They are back to where they had been started. So consistency is a key to use these tools. जैसे आप WhatsApp use करते हो, जैसे आप social media use करते हो, those are also digital tools. Similarly, ये digital productive tools make it a part of your lifestyle. Then I think so you will be able to be more productive. So before I end this session for today, one goal I'm giving to every member, whoever is listening to me, that is to be 2 times better. कुछ ज़्यादा बड़ा commitment नहीं है. It is just being 2 times better. It is just working on your 2 weaknesses so that tomorrow when you're back to business, you are more productive and in the same time you are able to capture more opportunities. So with this, I would like to thank every team member for listening whatever I've said, and I hope so you implement these basic tools, these basic scientific ways that I've explained to capture a better tomorrow, a better future. And also tomorrow I have a informative webinar which is again free. If any members would like to attend, I'll give the details to the SDEC team members. You can take it from them. So, and maybe with me, you can start this journey of learning. So, that's it.
Thank you, Nikhil. That was really awesome. And the very important key point is be a student now for this time.
Correct.
So now coming back to the the government packages and relief, there were different schemes and relief packages, something from central government and some are from specific to state government. There were two relief announcements which were made recently. First was made somewhere in March, and then again recently by Finance Minister. To understand what they have said in first announcement, I would request CA Mr. Rakesh Silampuria to highlight some important point and how we can benefit from those.
Good morning, friends. Thank you for giving. I first like to thank the SDEC team for giving me this opportunity, and also like to thank Mr. Nikhil for such a wonderful session and give us an insight on the how this pandemic will take as a opportunity. So with this, I start my presentation, which is on insight on government stimulation, which boosts the immunity of our business. So before starting my presentation, I want to share one picture, which is related to the Rahat package given by the government. It's look like the Rahat package is look like this. This have you seen the picture? कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? नहीं ना? Let's try to understand the things together. The Rahat package is of that 20 lakh crore package, which is now headline of all the newspaper and news channel, is come in two phases. In first phase, it will around 10 lakh crore, and in next phase, it will come with 11 lakh crore package. I am going to talk about the first phase. Second phase will be taken care by Mr. Kunal Bhai. In first phase, they have come up with in two parts. 2 crore is related with the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. In that, the mostly related to the food grains, free food grains, and that gas connection and cash subsidy transfer, which is not relevant much with us. So I am not going to talk on the same much. I am taking now the RBI measures, which is of around 8 lakh crores. And on that, RBI have taken few measures which is directly benefited to us. Like they have completely waived the minimum balance charges from the saving bank account. So please participants, keep it in mind, this is for saving bank account, not for bank business bank account. So if you have a current bank account, you have to maintain the saving bank, minimum balance. And now we can withdraw cash from any bank for any number of time without making any bank charge, without paying any bank charges. Then RBI also reduced the bank charges substantially on digital transaction also. Then another point is very important, I think, because of reduction in repo rate by 75 basis point, the interest rate has, which we are paying right now, may be reduced in future, because now the interest rate is linked to the repo rate. So as repo rate is reduced, there will be a reduction in the interest rate in coming future. And कल का जो announcement था RBI में, उसमें ये 75 basis point के plus 40 basis point और reduce कर दिया गया. So in near future there will be a reduction in the interest rate for sure. Then RBI is also taken few measures to give liquidity in the hands of the bank, so that they can give more loan to the borrowers, like reduction in the CRR ratio, liquidity leverage ratio, etc., etc. In addition to, RBI has also come up with 3 months monitoring period for various loans like term loan, working capital loan, housing loan, and yesterday's announcement, they have increased this 3-month period by 3 months more. So now it's a 6-month monitoring period. But this is a deferment of things, not a waiver. So agar aapke paas, my suggestion is, if you have a liquidity, then please make the payment, because ये क्या हो रहा है, अगर आप आज payment delay कर रहे हो, तो it is the interest portion has added up in your principal amount. So in future the interest amount will be increased because of this delay payment. With this, the RBI measure, I have completed the RBI measures. Now I am taking the other measures taken by government to ease the compliance burden on the businesses. And for compliance burden, first I take the direct tax related measures. Under direct tax measures, government has extended various dates, like the payment under Vishwas scheme, the income tax filing date, tax audit date. That's all are explanatory in my presentation. I am not going to talk on the same. I am going to specifically discuss on 2 or 3 points, which is, I think, benefited to the participant. Like in my presentation, in the second point, there is a clause where any time limit specified under the Income Tax Act during the period from April to June 29 has been extended to 30th June. So let's explain this by an example. सोचिए आपका कोई एक इन्वेस्टमेंट करना था जिससे आपको ATC का डिडक्शन मिलता है, and the date is we have to make the payment by 31st March for taking deduction in the financial year 1920. But कोई रीजन से या पेंडेमिक की वजह से हम लोगों को फंडिंग का प्रॉब्लम था, we don't make the payment by 31st March and we make the payment by April. So due to this relaxation period, if you make the payment till June 30th, we can take the benefit in the financial year 1920 itself. You can take the benefit in 2021 also, but you have to choose any one financial year in 1920 or 2021. It's you have to choose which is more beneficial to you, and accordingly you have to select the financial year. Similarly, in case of donation to the Prime Minister Relief Fund, if you have make any payment between April to June, you can take the benefit in financial year 1920 itself. Yeah, one more thing I like to highlight to the participants that government has instructed to CBDT to release all the refund stuck up to 5 lakhs immediate basis. तो अगर आपका किसी का रिफंड 5 लाख तक का रुका हुआ है तो प्लीज टॉक टू योर सीए टू टेक इमीडिएट एक्सटेंड, क्योंकि ये अगर अभी क्या है गवर्नमेंट सबको 5 लाख रुपया तक का रिफंड इशू कर रही है, एंड लास्ट डेट्स अनाउंसमेंट अराउंड 26,000 करोड़ रुपीस वो लोगों ने ऑलरेडी इशू कर चुका है रिफंड. एंड FM ने अभी जो लास्ट अनाउंसमेंट हुआ है उसमें डायरेक्ट किए CBDT को, जो 5 लाख से ऊपर भी जो भी नॉन कॉर्पोरेट एसएससीज है उनके लिए भी रिफंड इमीडिएट बेसिस पे इशू कर दिया जाए. In with this I also like one more point I like to highlight, that is the reduction in the TDS payment, TDS amount. That before क्या होता था, पहले सोचिए अगर हम लोग 100 रुपीज का बिल रेज करते थे, we get a payment of after deducting TDS of rupees say 10 and we get 90 rupees. Now with reduction of this 25% of TDS, we get instead of 90 we get 92.5%. So it's give us an additional cash flow. लेकिन क्या हो रहा है, अगर कैश फ्लो तो अपना बढ़ रहा है फॉर टेम्पररी पीरियड, बट अगर एज इनकम टैक्स स्लैब और एडवांस टैक्स का स्लैब में कोई चेंजेस नहीं आया है, और अगर हम लोग इन पास्ट में अगर हम लोगों का जो ये टैक्स डिडक्शन होता था वो हम लोगों का यूटिलाइज हो जाता था व्हाइल फाइलिंग आवर इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न, तो इन दैट केस एज इट इज रिड्यूस बाय 25%, तो हमको हो सकता है आगे जाके इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट करना पड़े अंडर सेक्शन 234A, B and C. So please this should be keep in your mind while taking this, while this benefit is given. Now I am taking indirect tax measures. Under indirect tax measure also government has extended various dates, like annual return का date extend कर दिया, GST audit का date extend किया है, payment of GST and 3B filing का date extend कर दिया गया है. So I'm not going to talk on that because these are the simple date extension which is very well explained in my PPT. I like to highlight one specific point which is I think relevant for and beneficial for all of us. It's related to the ITC. पहले क्या होता था, सोचिए इफ यू हैव इन परचेज समथिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ फेब एंड उसका टोटल इनपुट हो रहा था 100 रुपीज एंड यू हैव इनवॉइस ऑल ऑफ दैट, लेकिन क्या हुआ 2A में ओनली 50 रुपीज ही रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा था. तो हम लोगों को क्या मिलता था, जो हम लोगों को एज पर रूल 50 रुपया का इनपुट मिलता था प्लस 10% ऑफ 50 रुपीज, दैट इज 5 रुपीज. तो इन टोटल 55 रुपीज तक का ही इनपुट हम लोगों को अवेल करने मिलता था. रेस्ट वी हैव टू मेक द पेमेंट, बट ड्यू टू दिस रिलैक्सेशन फ्रॉम Feb to August we can take the 100 rupees input. So क्या होगा, आप लोगों को एडिशनल कैश फ्लो जनरेट होगा इससे. This is a chart I have prepared. This is showing that the original date of payment and filing of 3B and the date extended by the government and interest, which is self-explanatory. Please go through the same. If you have any query, please let me know. And in addition to this direct tax and indirect tax measure, government has also taken other measures like under insolvency and for ROC related filing of form. I am not going to talk because I don't think so it is much relevant to us, but still if anyone has specific query, please let me know. With this, I like to complete my presentation. Thank you all for sessions here.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh. That was really quick, but I'm sure a lot of attendees might be having a lot of questions on this, and they might be some of them have commented to go a little slow. So before I move to Mr. Kunal Joshi ji, if we have any questions with respect to what Mr. Rakesh has just mentioned, it will be probably helpful for the attendees to get some value out of it.
I believe Rakesh was too fast. And that's the reason why people have not been able to even ask questions.
Okay.
But
yeah.
yeah, mostly it is all covering. People know about it, and very few things are beneficial, especially for our kind of people.
Yes.
So it may not be much of relevance to ask any questions at the moment. If anybody has got it, we can clarify it subsequently.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's.
So we will come to that in the later part of the webinar. Now coming to the recent announcement by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, I would request Mr. Kunal to highlight key points that can benefit us. Kunal, over to you.
Hello everyone. Good morning. I'm Kunal Shah, Director of Fast Solution India Private Limited. Well, a global pandemic, that is COVID-19, is not only a curse to human race, but also a threat to global economy. Millions and trillions of money have been wiped off from the world economy. Like India, many countries are taking cautious steps to balance their economy, reduce unemployment rate, and to overcome the situation of COVID-19. Recently, various major steps were taken by the government of India to make the nation Atmanirbhar in 2020. One of the key steps was the for the benefit of MSMEs, which I would like to address before you. India 2020, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. In that, initiative taken by Government of India to sustain MSMEs in COVID-19 pandemic. MSME, the growth engine of New India. The micro, small, medium enterprise have been contributing significantly to the expansion of entrepreneurial endeavors through business innovations. MSME, the total number of MSME by 2019 have been accounted for more than 63 million. In India, MSMEs contributes almost 31% of the total GDP. MSMEs are currently providing employment to nearest 11 crore people. In this, actually speaking, already existing benefits which is already available to the MSMEs are listed here. That is that a 50% free fee waiver at the time of registration of trademark or patent. So at the time of application of patent, you can have a fee waiver of 50% of the amount which is chargeable as a fees. The payment from customer to be received within 45 days, otherwise interest would be charged on delayed payments. This particular benefit is available to the MSMEs, but most of us are not using this particular option to claim the money from our debtors and to claim interest from our debtors, just to maintain the cordial relations with the debtors and not raising any dispute with the parties. But government has extended the benefit to the MSMEs so that their payment gets released as soon as possible. And third is that collateral free loan available. So the collateral free loan is already available to us, but some of us are not utilizing this option and not approaching the bankers for having this particular benefit to us. Now, particularly the new benefit which is extended by the finance minister, that is listed here. These are the 6 key pointers of benefits extended by the finance minister recently due to COVID-19 situation. That is change in definition of MSMEs. Definition, previously it was not covering turnover limit. Now it is also covering turnover limit, and even the investment amount has been increased now. Disallowance of global tender up to 200 crore. So the competition with global parties will be reduced, and local MSMEs will have a chance to opt for the tender up to 200 crores. Collateral free automatic loan for 3 lakhs crore. Relaxation to stressed MSMEs, fundamental benefit of fund, and access to e-market platform. Big companies are also covered within the scope of MSME, and thus all the benefits of MSME shall be available to them. Big companies in terms of the table I will show you. Previously, the investment limit for manufacturing was 25 lakhs for micro units. Now that has been increased to 1 crore, and even additional criteria of turnover is included, that is 5 crore. And for smaller units, investment was 5 crore for manufacturing units. That is now increased to 10 crores, almost a double. And for service units, it was hardly 2 crore. That is also now become 10 crore. So service and manufacturing, both the sectors are getting equal limits of investment and even the turnover. So there is no discrimination between any units in terms of service and manufacturing. And for medium units, 10 crore investment is increased to 20 crore, and investment of service units, which was hardly 5 crore, now that has also become 20 crores. So even the big companies are also covered within the scope of MSME, and thus all the benefits of MSME shall be available to them. Differentiation between manufacturing unit MSME and service unit MSME has been removed. Now both shall be defined similarly. Additional criteria for threshold limit of turnover is introduced. This is also a very good benefit for global tenders up to 200 crore, especially in government procurement, shall be disallowed in order to enable the MSME to participate in supply of product and make them self-reliant. In other words, I can say the tender up to rupees 200 crore will no longer be called as a global tender. And the reforms which is available now, a bold reform is taken to cater standard MSME section. Collateral-free automatic loan for 3 lakh crores. Borrowers with up to 25 crore outstanding or rupees 100 crore turnover are eligible to avail MSME scheme up to 20% of entire outstanding credit as on 29/2/2020. Here I would like to just go a little in detail, because this 20% always create a confusion. This 20% is calculated on the outstanding credit of your loan. So if suppose your outstanding loan is 20 crore, on that 20% you are eligible to get, but the calculation is done based on your balance sheets and actual figures, how much working capital gap you have, and on that basis the calculation will be done, and you will get the additional funding based on your existing loan. So I can say whoever is having existing loan will be able to avail the benefit of additional 20% in this, and the one who has not taken the loan up till now and there is no outstanding loan as on 29 February 2020, they will not be eligible for this particular point. Loan tenure for 4 years with moratorium period of 12 months on principal amount and interest rate to be capped. So for 1 year, interest will be charged to your account, and entire amount of loan along with interest needs to be paid within the period of 4 years. Only benefit you will be getting here is for a 1 year period, the principal amount you will not have to pay, and that will be paid after completion of 1 year and between the duration of the 4 years. 100% covered to bank and NBFC on principal and interest by government. MSME scheme can be availed up to 31/10/2020. So we have to get our financials done, and application, if it is to be submitted, that has to be submitted before 31st October 2020. No guarantee and processing fee. This is also a very good point, that government or banks will not be able to charge any guarantee fee or a processing fee on the application, and less paperwork and rapid loan process. So this application will go on an online mode, and there will be hardly any paperwork at a later stage. 99.9% everything will be done on the online portal. Stressed MSMEs. Eligibility is stressed MSME. A subordinate debt can be raised by the stressed MSME under CGT MSE scheme. So existing CGT MSE scheme is also available to you, and you can take the loan in existing scheme also, and even Mudra loan is also available to MSME that can also be utilized. 20,000 crore loan shall be allotted in order to gain benefit to 2 lakhs MSMEs. Fund of fund. Eligibility is potential MSME doing a viable and good business in this pandemic situation also. Those have a additional benefit. Infusion of rupees 50,000 crore equity under the facility of fund shall be initiated from sister concern or daughter concern. Expand their capacity and get listed on stock exchange. So here we are having an option to raise equity in our sister concern and daughter concern also, and get the funds in the company, which was earlier not allowed, but in this situation this particular option has been opened up. In the 2020 e-market for MSME. E-market linkage across the board shall be provided to the MSME post-COVID-19 situation. In the absence of able to participate in the trade fair, and Government of India and CPSE shall honor the payment of MSME in next 45 days. So all central public sector enterprises will have to release the payment which was stuck due to any reason. They have to release it within the period of 45 days, and the MSMEs will be getting additional funds, or which was stuck, they will be getting it as soon as possible. Cabinet approval. The Union Cabinet approved additional funding of up to rupees 3 lakh crore at a concessional rate of 9.25% through Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme. This is the same scheme, but I'm just here explaining that the interest rate is been capped here at 9.25%, and bank may fund below 9.25%, but they will not be able to charge anything above 9.25%. I end my session here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kunalji. Now I'm sure there are a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Mr. Joshi, can we have some questions from you?
Yes, Kunal.
Yeah.
Primary question which I came across during this is, many people have said we are not registered under MSME. So can we get ourselves registered and still claim the benefit?
So this question is split in two. First is if only registration is pending and we have the MSME existing, then yeah, we can get the registration done and opt for the scheme. But here I would say that this scheme is only applicable to the one who is having outstanding amount as on 29 February 2020. So if the loan is outstanding and we want to opt for the scheme, then it is beneficial. But yes, there is no harm in applying for MSME registration. It is anyway beneficial, and other loans like Mudra and CGT MSME that is available without collateral or without the specification of existing loan. So yes, we can apply for registration, and we should do it.
Because definitely there are many advantages for MSME. How do we get ourselves registered on MSME?
That screen I can share if everyone can take the photograph with it. I'll share.
Yeah, or
we can send the email also. There is a steps, means actually there is a website address and steps to be done, and certain documents will be required for application. It is a clerical job, but still means I can share the process. That will be easier for all of them to utilize it and do it themselves rather than spending any fees on professionals.
Okay.
So I'll share that particular thing on a mail.
Okay. Another question is, when you say global tender above certain value, so which means those are below that value will only be applied to Indian companies?
Yes.
So global companies will be allowed to participate?
No, even India, within India also, MSME will be a preferred the sector to provide the service.
So there is an added advantage for MSME.
Yes. So competition will be reduced.
All right.
Within the limit, there will be a competition. The competition with the big firms will be reduced.
Okay. Now, which banks to approach for these processes?
It is online process. Just like the earlier scheme of CGT MSE, when you start application or start the process of application, there are steps. Once you upload all your documents like your balance sheet, audit report, and your KYC documents, ID proof, address proof, everything is done. After that, the system will calculate and allot you the bank. They will give you the name of the bank. You can select out of 3 options whichever is convenient to you. Means we will not be able to dictate them that I want this bank, this near to me, or I have account in this bank. They will give you a list of 3 banks, and in that we have to do it. This I am saying from the process of earlier scheme, which is already available right now also. But similar ground will be given because the draft is still awaited.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, there's another question which is, when they have given a moratorium of 1 year, are we supposed to be paying interest during this 1 year, or have no payments are required?
We'll have to pay interest. Moratorium for principal amount is given, not for interest. So we'll have to pay interest during the period of 1 year. But that is also negligible. If we compare this 9.25 interest rate with any unsecured loan which is available in market, that is minimum 16%, and on the higher side it goes up to 24-25% also. So this particular 9.25% interest, I would say it is very reasonable, and the amount is to be paid on the amount you utilize.
Okay. Now, one other question is, what is the time frame for getting disbursement under these?
It should be immediately. Once, if suppose on online portal itself the limit is sanctioned, then it won't take much time. It will be hardly a day's time. If suppose some query is raised for physical submission of any document, then it is a different story altogether. Otherwise, it will be immediate.
Okay. Another question we are concerned was, I take some benefit under this scheme. Can I use this fund to start an alternative business?
Alternative business, actually, as far as the funds remains and utilized from the same company, there is no harm. But we cannot divert this fund to any other company and start using that money in any other company.
Okay. So the same company can have an alternative?
Yes, in same company we can have an additional line of business also, and we can use it there.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are there any other secured loans? So suppose people have enough security. Are there any other secured loan which is cheaper than 9.25%?
No, as such. Actually, means if it is available also, then too, even secured loans are ranging around 8.25% to even housing loan ranges from that range only. 8% to 9.5 or 10%. So I would say,
you not get anything below the housing loan interest rate.
Yeah. So that option, if in future you require, you can encash that particular option of having assets, and you can mortgage that asset and take a loan. But there is, if we compare apple to apple, this is a better option.
Yeah, I think we have covered most of the queries which has been raised. If there is anything else, then we will get back to you separately.
Sure, but I have given my address and even email ID on the screen.
We will
So that can be
circulate
used.
that. We will
Yes.
circulate that.
Yes.
There are, there are some some other questions that we will ask them in due course. So, so we have been explained by Mr. Kunal and Mr. Rakesh about what government recently have come out with as their relief package, or which were like existing benefits that MSME were having, and now what new things have come up as far as GST and other date extensions we have. Now, coming to additional funding schemes. On other funding schemes, I would request Mr. Darshan Surana to guide us, please, on this.
Hello, everyone. This is Darshan Surana. Hope all you are doing good on health, and everybody of your family is doing well at this moment. So my friends have spoken very nicely, and they've given some valuable inputs to me as well in various words for my business as well. But they've spoken on various topics, including finance. Okay. So my last friend Kunal has spoken about some MSME loans and collateral-free loans and everything. So I would not like you to get scared, but would like to pose in front of you the correct picture, or the what is the picture currently running in the market with the bankers, or what is the situation in the economy. So as far as the calculations of, or as far as the guidelines, or yesterday only the RBI governor has given such guidelines to us, or notifications, that our GDP will be contracting and it will be in the negative phase right now. That means there will be less amount of business, and going forward it will be very testing times for all of us going forward. As far as bank loans are concerned, yes, there are various schemes issued by the government of India for relaxation of people, for giving them some credit, immediate credit line and all. But yes, the ultimate decision to grant the loan or not to grant the loan will depend upon the bankers. If the bankers say that we don't want to lend a particular company, then the government have no say into that. Because ultimately, this was discussed by me with various forums at the financial CFOs and all, that once the bankers give the loan to the customers, and if on the basis the government guidelines as well, and if the customer defaults, then again the government comes back again and pulls the why there are so many NPAs on the books of the banks. So the bank and one say for example 100 crore rupee or a 1 crore rupee loan is being granted by a banker at a rate of 10%, and if that goes bust, then in other ways his income of other 10 loans have been lost over there. So the bankers are usually very skeptical and very they do the due diligence before lending. So of course there are many lending options available to us. So and if we are a healthy company, then we should go to a best bank who is lending to us at a very low rate of interest. The low rate of interest can range from 8.59% to 9.25% for a MSME loan right now. And as rightly said by Kunal, that the MSME loans have got certain benefits from the government of India. Like for example, if you bear an MSME certificate, then you get certain kind of discounts in your rate of interest from the bankers. They give you certain kind of discounts. More importantly, you are categorized as priority sector lending as MSME. Now, as per the RBI guidelines, every banker is supposed to lend 40% of his total lending to the MSME sector, which till date no banker have met that criteria. None of them were able to lend 40% to the MSME segment, because number one, MSME segment were not aware that this kind of loans are available to them, and even if they're available, the bankers earlier on were not classifying those loans under MSME, because if they do, then they have to follow certain guidelines of the government of India. So they were not doing that. But now the government of India for last 10 years or so, or 7 years or so, have been working proactively to transmit these guidelines to the MSME companies and making bankers to fulfill those commitments. So there are many bankers who are coming forward and who are wanting to lend to MSME companies. But yes, again, the credit worthiness of the banker, of the customer is an important factor. Number two, the business is the most important factor. Many of my customers come to me stating that, सर हमारा लोन हम लोग को 2 करोड़ का लोन चाहिए, हमारा 5-6 करोड़ का प्रॉपर्टी है, तो बैंक को क्या प्रॉब्लम है? कल हम डिफॉल्ट करेंगे तो the banker can mortgage a property. Of course, the intentions of the customers are correct. They are right. They are honest, and they want to pay back the loan. But consider from a banker's point of view. The banker's job is not to sell your property and recover money. Their job is to, like you guys are into business of exhibitions. So your job is to erect the structures, give it on rent or whatever, and you charge a fee and you move out, right? In the same way, the commodity of the bankers is money. उनका commodity money है, पैसा है. तो वो पैसा लेंगे depositor से, and they will take the money from the depositor and they will give it to the lender. Now, as per RBI guidelines again, a depositor money should be safe. In any circumstances, the bankers are supposed to pay the depositor money anyway. So if say for example, if one customer defaults, in this case, I'm so sorry, I'm giving you a very negative picture, but this will help you understand things better and would land you up in a way that you can plan your finances in going forward in a better way. So for example, if I am a customer and if I default to a bank to a tune of, so say 5 crore rupees. Now that 5 crore rupees, bank has not infused its own equity. Of course, if it's a public listed entity, they might have done so, but majority of the bank's money comes from either the depositor's money or from the other banks which they take a lending from, basically. Okay. So if I default on a loan of 5 crore rupees, then the banker will default on a certain given day to pay the depositor 5 crore rupees again. So RBI set guidelines that if you're lending 1 crore rupee to a customer, then you're supposed to keep 1 crore rupee as risk weightage with the RBI. So that yesterday the RBI governor have reduced the rate of repo and reverse repo and other policy rates. That is the same thing. So if I am giving the money to the bank RBI at 4%, and if I am taking the money from the depositor at 7%, okay, then there is a straight loss of 4% to me, because this is RBI guidelines, so I have to follow that. So that 4%, whom I would recover it from? I would recover it from my customers, because I am giving the lending to them. So now again, so when I lend to my customer, depending upon the risk that my customer has, I will charge him the premium. If he is more risky, then I'll charge him more premium. If he is less risky, I'm charging him less premium. And if the client is less risky, then there are many lenders in the market to lend him money. That is a known case. So अगर मेरा अच्छा track record है, मेरा profit margin is 100 crores पे 20 crores का profit margin है, then in that case, my banker, any banker would come to me because I am the most safe bet for them at this moment. In the current market scenario also, so it is very important what is your history. अगर आज मेरे को बैंक में लोन लेने को जाना है, तो मेरा पहले का हिस्ट्री क्या है? Even if a CGT MSC loan or any government loan is there, of course, it has been listed on the government website. You have to go and apply. But ultimate decision to grant the loan or not to grant the loan lies with the banker, because ultimately it is his balance sheet that he's supposed to maintain. कल मेरे को मेरा अक्कल अगर if tomorrow the government comes and tell me, hey, boss, you have to this customer is not doing good, but you have to give him exhibition services. He's not having money, but would you do that? You won't do that, right? कि अगर इसके पास पैसा नहीं है तो मैं इसको क्यों दूं? कल मेरा पैसा नहीं है तो मेरे को तो लॉस हो जाएगा. I have to pay to my vendors. I cannot let my vendors wait. Otherwise, tomorrow for other work, the vendors won't support me. In the same way, RBI also, the bankers also think the same. They're also businessmen like us. They also want to make profit, right? So everybody is here to make profit. Me and you are also discussing so that our future business is sustained and we make profit. So as far as loans are concerned, as far as managing finances for going forward is concerned, I would like to share with you a very negative picture. Sorry to say that. So due to this current coronavirus crisis, our economy has gone back 2 years. In fact, the world economy has gone back by 2 years. More importantly, our population is growing. The employment has been degenerating. There will be many frauds which may be happening. There will be various things which will be happening. So in these scenarios, it will be very difficult for us to manage businesses. But yes, if we are able to manage this scenario, then going forward in future, we will be able to manage any scenarios and it will be a very good picture for us. So as far as the finances management is right now, we should start it from our home itself. Number one, we should manage our expenses properly. I understand we should. I'm here to tell you sources of fund. The first sources of fund is we ourselves. हमको खुद को अपना फाइनेंस मैनेज करना है. बैंक तो मुझे देगा नहीं देगा, मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि बैंक नहीं देगा तो मैं क्या करूंगा, बिजनेस बंद नहीं कर सकता हूँ मैं. आई कैन नॉट क्लोज डाउन माई बिजनेस. सो फॉर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई हैव टू कट डाउन ऑन माई एक्सपेंसेस. Okay, I need to see that my vendors, I'm very selfish to you, but I need to tell my vendors I'll be paying you after 15 days or 20 days. And I would want my customers to pay me early so that my working capital gap, reduces. Because, but there is least risk when my payments are there. तो मुझे ऐसा करना है कि मेरा वर्किंग कैपिटल गैप कम हो जाए, मुझे बैंकर के पैसों की जरूरत ही ना पड़े. But is it possible? Maybe yes, maybe no, because my vendors would also need money and my customers might not have money. Okay, so during that point in time, I would require bank funds. At that point in time, when I require bank funds, the bank would look predominantly into my past record.
Right.
My past record should be clean. There should not be any default in this scenario, because I understand RBI reduced rates, they have released funds to banks and all. Government has released various schemes to promote, to ask bankers to fund customers. But the most important thing, which we all are missing right now, is there a demand? Is there a demand in the market? प्रोडक्ट का डिमांड नहीं है. प्रोडक्ट का डिमांड आज की तारीख में खत्म हो चुका है, मतलब बहुत कम हो चुका है. आज मुझे अगर नॉन एसेंशियल आइटम्स बाय करना है तो मैं बाय नहीं करूंगा. मैं I will store money for future. That is called financial management. I will store money for future because I don't know what lies in future. Okay, so I will first utilize my money to the optimum, cut down my expenses at my end, and will generate cash flows at my end to fund my business. Number two, I will I'll manage my vendors. Number three, I'll manage my customers. Number four, the most important thing, I need to go. Then after that, after managing all these things, because the banker would also see कि आपका customer का payment कितना delay है. The banker would also see कि आपका vendor को payment आप कब दे रहे हो. So bankers would see that if your customers' data are getting stressed, in that case, banker would feel कि अगर, for example, if you're getting payment in 6 months, that means your working capital cycle is getting churned just 2 times a year. That means you're just getting money 2 times a year. You're not getting money every month, even though if you're getting money every month, but logically you're getting money just 2 times a year. So your profit and your money is at risk, because if the customer defaults, your 100% money is at loss. So managing money is important. Then, so recover your money as fast as possible, pay the money as late as possible. This is something which should be, pay the money as late as possible. Give your vendor the security of checks or something like that, and pay the money as late as possible. Then if that's not manageable, then move to and manage your expenses, smallest and smallest of expenses at your place. Light, even if you want to, I would say switch off the light which is getting used unused, basically. Switch off that, because this will be the key going forward. Even the rupees saved would be great ahead. Going forward again, as far as bankers are concerned, I have told you, the bankers won't lend you money if they won't feel safe. I have seen customers, I've been lending to companies who are 1,000 crores companies, having a decent profit margin of 10%, 15%, and bankers have said no to them. Because why? They don't feel comfort with the management of the company. They feel the management of the company is quite risky. They are risk-taking companies, and the bankers do not invest into risky assets. They are not supposed to. So whenever you have a discussion with the banker going forward, present yourself as risk-averse as possible. Present yourself as what I would say, you should, मतलब आपको एकदम दिखाना है कि आप एकदम बहुत ही छोटे लेवल पे बहुत डर के बिजनेस कर रहे हो. You're scared of doing, you're very conservative in doing a business. So bankers usually fund those kind of clients who are conservative in doing business, who are conservative in giving credit, who are conservative in production, who do calculated stuff. Bankers like those kind of customers. So coming to the main topic, so basically in this scenario, if you're going to a banker, the banker would see your past. This, of course, everyone knows last 3 months were quite bad. So the bankers would also see कि हाँ 3 महीना गलत था, खराब था. Okay, we should think about it. But what about before that? Is the balance sheet healthy enough? Basis that, because bankers also know that this scenario is going to go for the next 3 to 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, depending upon the case maybe. But so bankers are also prepared, because if the bankers today don't lend money to the customers, they also have cost at their end. They also want to pay salary, they want to pay light bill, rent, and everything. They also they have to pay to the depositors their deposit money. So if they don't lend, they have to suffer losses. So when we go to when the banker will come to you as a lending partner, so they will look for the last 3 years financials. Most importantly, they would look into your data's position currently. If your data is stressed, they would be a bit skeptical. If they would look into the supplier's portfolio, how is the supplier portfolio? How is the business doing today? So as far as coming to your business in particular, as far as exhibition business is concerned, I hope you all would be aware, due to social distancing norms, exhibition might not be a priority for various companies at this moment, because they're not selling at this moment, because they're not producing at this moment. But yes, going forward, maybe 3 months or 4 months down the line, when they want to build a customer trust once again, exhibition and this kind of promotion will be a key. Will be a very good key, because they want to connect to the customers and they want to rebuild the customer base, and they want to win back customer trust. So at that point in time, promotions will only be the key. And that point in time, it will be a very, very good picture for you guys. And the banker would also know that actually. Okay. But this, you have to just pass on this 3 to 4 months ka phase, so that going forward, it is good for you guys. Right. So once the lockdown opens and everything is fine, it is better for you. So as far as lending options are concerned, there are various lending options depending upon the balance sheet. If your balance sheet is weak, we'll lend you from cooperative banks. If your balance sheet is slightly stronger, we'll lend you from private bank. If your balance sheet is much stronger, it's a good balance sheet, we will lend you at a very low rate of interest from a MNC bank, basically. And if you're lending from an MNC bank, people do have trust, because they feel the MNC bank has done all the risk assessment of yours. They know what is the in and out of, because MNC bank doesn't lend to any risky customers. And again, the rate of interest, the benchmarks of your funding might differ from your quality of your credit. As far as CGTMSE loan was concerned, the CGTMSE loan, yes, it can be applied, but I've been speaking to bankers. They want security on CGTMSE loan as well. And it's again, I would like to share with you, it's upon the banker's discretion whether they want to lend you or no. I am done with my discussion.
That is very important. That is on bankers' discretion whether they want to lend you or no. They will scrutinize your balance sheet of past 3 years, and then they will decide whether it is a risk or no risk lending this company or not. So yeah, it is a little situation which is not very straightly benefiting us. But yes,
bankers would lend you. Bankers would lend you, because bankers also lend you basis the future. What is the future growth of the company basically, and what is the past record of the company basically. Yeah. If they have sufficient funds with them or no, if they have sufficient capacity with them or no, because these things everything has to end. The bad phase as well as the good phase, it has to end for the better tomorrow.
Correct. And as you have mentioned, that exhibition is the key catalyst in running. It's like engine of growth for this economy. It has to come, and bankers should understand that this is an important segment. It will only revive. The only thing that we have to do is survive till that phase.
Yes. And there are ways and modes of survival. Of course, the cost of fundings might be a bit high for that period of time. Right. But yes, if you survive that period of time, because as you know, most of the industries are getting closed down and all, and most of the industries are coming up. Many corporate wants to demonstrate the product. Once they're just waiting for the lockdown to open. That point in time, your industry would again pump up, I believe so.
So it's a very important decision by our fraternity companies also. Do you really require fund? And if you have to see what are the advantages and disadvantages of getting funds or getting a loan from banks, and accordingly taking the decision and approaching some banks. Otherwise, it might catapult to a bigger storm, which we are not seeing right now.
Okay, so I would just share an example with you since you have raised this question. Can I please?
Yeah, please.
So I was working for a client on some other project, and the client has taken lending from Yes Bank.
Right.
Okay, he has taken lending from Yes Bank, and just in the month of April, or so last week of March, he got a letter from Yes Bank. He had a loan of around 6 crore rupees from Yes Bank, that you are supposed, since you are not maintaining, you are not routing your funds through us, you are supposed to pay 2% penalty on your outstanding loan amount or total loan amount. That is 6 crore पे 12 लाख रुपया दे दो. कंपनी का टोटल टर्नओवर था was around 5 crores. 12 लाख रुपया मतलब उसका अच्छा खासा प्रॉफिट मार्जिन वो खा जा रहा था.
Right.
So he tried. He wrote to the banking ombudsman, the banking nodal officer inside. He wrote everyone. Everybody came back to him with the same response. Yeah, you have to pay this amount. He got that and came back to him because I was a consultant to him. Right. So I read about his case. I read his sanction letter. I told him these charges are not applicable to you at all. You are not supposed to pay. Well, Darshan, kaise kar rahe? मैंने कहा you give the assignment to me. I'll manage it.
Right.
I started the assignment. I contacted the CEO of Yes Bank. I spoke to him. I wrote a mail to him. Right. The other guy, CRM head came to called us. I told him, share me the papers because you're not given the bankers are very smart people. They will not share with you the loan documents. Right. They will just share you the copy of sanction letter. Okay. And in that there was a small condition that he has one small loan of MSME loan of 5 lakhs. On that he will be charging him 2%. So it was virtually 10,000, but they were charging him 10 lakhs. So we were constantly discussing with them. Finally, at the end, they accepted their mistake and they sent us an apology letter for the same. So in this scenario, you have to be very careful while reading and screening to your sanction letter. You should not sign any letters or any documentation which are legally bounding to you without going through them carefully and also getting it read from a professional. Correct. Or any of your educated people, so that you can read each. Don't be in a haste to sign any documents. Otherwise, once you sign the documents, then it will be it will be easy for you to enter because they want you to enter at that point in time. But it will be very tough for you to exit. So and also, whenever you enter into any relationship with the banker, see to it that you plan your exit smoothly at the time of entry itself. Jab you exit karna, because one of my customers had paid 5% as exit clause, exit charges. On a loan of 2 crores. मतलब 10 lakh रुपए उसको exit charges भरना पड़ा. मतलब bankers have taken all the interest in advance from him. So you should, by this doing this, you can manage your funds and you can restrict your losses. This is a way of managing your finance again.
Correct. So banks also function like normal private lenders. However big or small they are, they function on like a profit basis.
अरे सर, पुराने जमाने में किसानों के लिए जमींदार थे, आज के लिए बैंकर्स आर मॉडर्न जमींदार.
That is it. And for audience, for your benefit, attendees, for your benefit, I would suggest that always take a consultant help before getting into any kind of loan document signing, or even before that, take advanced advices. Then only go for any lending of that sort. That will be helpful in long term. Joshi, any questions from your side for Darshan?
There was only one question which is asked by one of the attendees. That I have confirmed purchase orders. I have no more collaterals to offer to the bank. Will the banks give me finance?
Can you please repeat the question because your voice is very low? Sorry for that.
I have confirmed purchase orders in my hand. And I need more funds to execute that order, but I have no more collaterals to be given to the bank. In such a scenario, will the bank fund?
In this current scenario, banks won't, I believe so. In this current scenario, the banks won't, but that depends upon how strong is your relationship with the bankers. Again, I missed one point. How it is how strong is your relationship with the banker? How comfortable is the banker dealing with you? Because bankers also see past track record. Say, for instance, if you're dealing with a banker for 10 years, and if he knows your growth trajectory, so purchase orders are there. That means you have a confirmed sales along with you, and then the bankers would see what kind of customers you are lending, customers you are giving the credit to. Say, for instance, if companies like HUL is there, or a company like Bayer Crop Sciences is there, or a company like Cadbury is there. The customer would feel, yes, it's a less risky client, the money is safe, and the money would come in within 30 to 60 days, then the bankers might lend you basis the orders in hand to you, basically.
All right. Okay. Now let's move on to Mr. Biswas, because I think we are shooting out time.
No, it is Biswasji's time. Lastly, I want to come to you. I know your thoughts are on essential action and how to grow during this period. Please share your views.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ashok. It's great to be there in this panel, and I quickly go through my presentation. So I'll talk about the crisis management and how we can survive during this crisis. this is not a crisis. This is something beyond that. So I don't know what the terminology we should use it. But okay, let me use the simple word, which is a super crisis. And super crisis demands super actions. The first of all, we have to acknowledge there is a crisis. Baba, ये crisis hai. Let me share with you what happened a couple of days back. When the lockdown started, couple of our people in our industry said, no, Baba, it is temporary thing, 2 weeks. After that, the market is going to open. Maybe we'll not have exhibition in the month of April and May. June onwards, we'll have an exhibition. Don't worry about that. I think that's something which is, we should not be in that world right now. We should not be like ostrich. Ostrich, what they do? They put the head inside the sand and they say the world is same, world has not changed. But the fact is that world has changed a lot. So we have to acknowledge that. Next, if you have to acknowledge it, you need to do what? You need to communicate. Communicate to your team. Communicate to the other people. When you're talking about communicating...
Excuse me, Vishal, can you make it full screen? The slide.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it's full screen, right?
Yeah, we can see this. Please go.
Yeah. So when you communicate to your people, you should not communicate only with your top management, even the people down below, your front-end people, because for them, you are the leader. And even everybody in the team wants to listen to you. And when you communicate with your team, there are a lot of insights you get it. They can give you some guidance, some inputs to how to survive this period. So you should take inputs from various sources, including your team member, who can be the front-end people. Third, you should try to manage cash. Cash is king. So when you're talking about cash management, there are two quadrants. One is the inflow, which means that what are the cash you have in hand or what are the cash you have? And then it's the outflow, how you're going to spend the cash. So in the inflow, there are a couple of headings are there. First of all is that cash in hand or in bank. How much money you have in the bank? How much is laying at a home? So you need to collect that. Second is that most of us have some other investment also. We must have fixed deposit, shares, mutual fund, whatever this. Let's figure it out. Let's compile them together and find out a value of that, how much that amount comes to. The third is that in terms of collection from customers. So we have a lot of customers whom we need to collect payment from them. We have to see how much we can collect the payment from them. Believe me, it's not that easy. Everybody is trying to conserve cash. Even your customers are trying to conserve cash. So you have to play a very soft approach, a diplomatic approach, and maybe you will try to get payment in bits and pieces in parts. So you will be damn lucky if you're able to collect it, the entire payment in one go. The third is that in terms of refunds from government, like you have your IT returns, TDS returns, or GST excess refund. So we have some refunds which we will get it from the government. So we need to compile them. So all these headings, compile them and come to a figure. How much is the money I have with me? That is the cash, which is the king for us. When we have the inflow, we also look at the outflow. We have to spend money. Money in where? We have to have a monthly household expenses. During this household expenses, as some of our team members told, we have to take care of only our basic needs. Forget the luxuries, the demands, the wants. These are not required right now. This is a time of survival. Second is the EMI. If you have the EMI to pay, there is some government relaxation for the coming months. Take help of that if required. Third is the monthly expenses. You have your expenses of your office, how you maintain that also. So I'll come to that, discuss the details sometime later. Fourth is the vendor payment. You have a vendors, we have to make payments to them. There also, we have to see that how we can be prudent, how can we delay the payment to the vendors. You can have an open communication with them. You can share your concerns. They will understand that also. At the same time, see that your good vendors, you don't penalize them. They are there with you in the days to come also. The fifth one is that compliance payment. For example, GST, TDS, other payment also. Maybe this is deferred for right now, but after some time, you have to make this payment also. So you need to compile all the inflows together as well as the outflows. And this will give you a clear picture how much you have breather space, how many months you can survive, especially for our industry, where there is no business, zero business for the months to come. So this will give you a lot of insights. It will give you a comfort level, what should the future plan of action. Next, we talk about office management. Last slide, I talked about office expenses. In our industry, in office expenses, there are two broad expenses. First is the rent. Rent can be the office or the warehouse. So I know some people, we take bigger warehouse because we have to store materials as well as do the fabrication. So now this time, when a couple of months there's no business, it makes sense to move to a smaller warehouse where you can only keep the material, store it. You don't need a big space to do the fabrication work. So that way you can save money on that. Even in office expenses, you can also the rent. You can negotiate with the rent with your landlord. See if you can able to make it less negotiate, because he doesn't also have too many options with him. The next in terms of office expense is the employee cost. Employee are the assets. You should try to retain them to the maximum. But in this situation, we have to see what best we can do. Maybe you will go for a salary cut with people. I think most of the people understand that and they're ready for that. But doing so also, see that your frontline people who are more hand to mouth, you don't penalize them too much. For them, the entire money goes into their daily survival, monthly survival. So you have to see that also. Also, in case, worst come worst, if you have to let some people go, do it amicably, because you might need them later also. So that's the way we can also see, with this, we should be able to reduce our office expenses to a great extent. Next, we talk about office productivity. Everybody agrees that there's a new world, new post-COVID world, and where we're talking about work from home. So when we talk about work from home, few of the things we have to see that we have to plan the day. Everybody, when your people are there, they're working from home, let them give a schedule of what they're going to do today. Similarly, you should have a strong review system. Planning is something, but actually is it happening or not? A strong review system will ensure that the execution happens. Whatever is planned is put into reality. Give tools to people to be productive. Most of the people might not have a laptop or a computer. You need to give it to them also. A lot of software needs to be used also, which Mr. Nicholas explained about it. So these are various ways we have to get the best out of the people, because your team productivity is your productivity. So that's how we have to take it. Next, we are talking about this type of situation is maybe once in a while it happens, where we have a lot of time with us. Time is in abundance. Typically in a business, we are more into running the business. We are more inside the business. We are more into micro level. But this time, you are more of a macro level. Think something in a much more in a higher level. When you talk about that, think about the vision of the company. Where you want your company to be there 5 years down the line. Think about that. Then the second is a lot of data is there with you. Why don't you do the data analysis? Data per se is not important. How you do the analysis of data, what are the conclusion you're drawing out of that, that's important. Since you have time, use this. Use this also this time to do the market analysis. Figure out how the market is moving. What are the future trends? What are other people doing? What are the customer doing? This time, you can use this knowledge in a greater way, much better way, so that when the market opens, you have done your homework, you are ahead of other people. In our industry, we are not talking about industry going to start in the months to come. It will take a longer time. As we all people know, our industry will be one of the last industry to open, which means that we also have to look at a mid-term plan, medium, which is talking about 9 months or 12 months. So we should be prepared for a medium-term plan. So when you're talking about medium term, which is maybe moves to a year or so, you have to see that do you need additional fund? For that, you have to explore various options. Whether you need a loan, a lot of discussion happen, how and where to get a loan, or do you want to dilute your equity? Can you have an investor? So various options you have to explore. You have to do the work right now itself, so that you have done your homework, and whenever the need comes, you can do the expedite things faster. Also, this time when we are talking about couple of months, let's not sit like this. Let's look for a new alternative business model. We have to see if we can generate some fund, some money during this period. I know the couple of people are there from our industry who are selling mangoes. This is maybe short term, but at least you're able to maintain your cash flow. There's something great which is happening. So we have to look at various options. And for that, when we're talking about this, two things have to keep in mind. First is the opportunity. Where is the opportunity lies in the market? Maybe right now it is the healthcare which there's an opportunity. There's the daily essentials, there's an opportunity. There's the online business, there's an opportunity. So maybe these are some of the places. You have to figure it out, which are the other places you have opportunity. So opportunity is one thing. The second is that your competency. Whether you are able to service that market, whether you have that competency, whether you have the fund also. Plus, during this time, when there's a crisis, let's not be aggressive in terms of the new business model. Let's not put a lot of money there. But I am sure that if we are able to find some alternative business model which makes sense, few people might find this opportunity, the new business model, better than the present business model. And maybe some people will stick to the new business model. Who knows? It can be possible also. Because they are opportunities. It all depends on how you're able to identify the opportunities and grab the opportunities. Next, it is also time to pull out the strengths to survive. To give an example, like I might be I think I'm good in consultancy, but then I have few customers. Maybe I don't have too many customers. So in a fraternity, somebody has some other customers, we can collaborate and then we can do business together. Similar case can be that some of my customers might have shown some interest in digital marketing. It's not my forte. So I can tie up somebody, do the back end work so that we can work together. So these are the ways we have to see that we are able to survive together. That's what the fraternity is all about. We came together so that we join hands together, we survive together. It should be a win-win proposal for all of us. Next, this last slide. See, we are always talking about business management, managing the team, managing the company, managing home. But I think before that, the first most important thing I feel is that we have to manage ourselves. If we are able to manage ourselves, only then we can manage others. So I think a couple of people have already told it. I quickly go through it. Obviously, first is the reduced anxiety. We have to remove ourselves from a lot of negative news moving around, be it the TV, be in terms of WhatsApp. At the same time, I'll say that this is something we worked for me to develop. When then you realize you're much better than 300 kilometers. You don't have shoes, no chappals, no food, no money, but still they're traveling with the hope. So that gives you, when I compare myself with these people, I say, boss, God, you're giving me much more than what the average people is. Be grateful. That gives a lot of comfort to you. Next is that take care of your physical and mental health. I know this time you cannot move out much, but you do yoga at home. If it allows in the society, go for an evening walk. And for mental health, you can look for yoga, which is also good for both physical and mental health. You can do pranayam, you can do meditation. These are the ways you can maintain your balance, your physical and mental balance. Very important during this time. Third is that maintain a schedule. Like you talked about, everybody's talking about your team members' plan of the day. Develop your own plan of the day. What you're going to do the entire day. Do it and be critical with yourself. That gives you some amount of thought process. That's how it gives you a lot of time to manage yourself. Next is that this is the time, which I said, this is a rare time, I think first time in my life, or maybe the last time in my life when I got so much time to myself. Everybody has got so much time to ourselves. Let's use this time to learn some new skills, learn something new, do some networking. For example, a couple of us people are doing a lot of time to understand, to learn how to do webinar. Something, read some books, do something, develop something yourself much better. So this is the time God has given you. See the best, make the best of this time. There's no point crying over the milk which is spoiled. See, a lot of incidents happen. You don't have any control on the incidents. They will happen. But the outcome depends on how you respond to it. If you respond to this incidence of pandemic in a positive way, the outcome will be much better than the average person will happen. Look at what you can do on your own. Look at the response. That's what is there in your control. So all I can say is that tough situation demands tough actions. Let's take the tough actions, which will help us to emerge stronger in the days to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Biswasji. That was really practical on individual front. And, Josiji, if you have any questions still coming from.
I think there are a few questions come on the question answer side, which I think Kunal would like to answer. Just 2 minutes it will take.
Yeah. Few of the participants had raised a question on disbursement from the bank side. Actually, some light can be thrown on the thing that this particular loan, it is not an unsecured loan. It is top up on the already given loan. So, banker having an issue in giving the disbursement, here there is no chance of default or very less chance of default because the relationship is old. Government is understanding the difficulty faced by the MSMEs during this COVID situation, and that's the reason why they are extending this help to top up with additional 20%. So the banks are having already a security on which they are giving additional funding. So margin, it is already available with them. Property is already assessed by them and giving a further funding. So here there is less chances. And one more thing which is part of the scheme is government is 100% giving a cover on it. So bank is not having any issue in funding because the default, if any, is covered by the government itself. Third point is someone has raised a question on whether I can avail the loan now. So for that, I would say yes, the availability is there. Not in this scheme, then earlier scheme of CGT MSE, he can very well opt for the loan. This is what I wanted to say.
Any more there, Mr. Joshi?
Can I add some value?
Yeah, please.
Kunal, one small question.
Yeah.
When you say payments are delayed, MSME, there is some condition. What is the interest payable as per the MSME Act?
Not able to hear you.
What is the interest payable to the MSME Act for a delayed payment?
See, this 9.25% is the interest, and
No.
rest of
18%.
I am not talking about that.
18%.
One of my clients delays the payment. Under MSME Act, what is the interest that I can claim from the client?
Acha, from the debtors.
Vendor customer.
18%.
Okay.
Yeah.
But claim कर लिया तो मतलब फिर वो client भी गया.
हाँ वही ना, client गया ना, इसलिए तो नहीं मांगते ना.
Right.
That's the reason it is advisable to deal with clients who have a 30-day payment cycle. Actually, there is a clause in the Government of India. If the large corporates are paying the MSME in prescribed limit of 30 days or 45 days, they also get certain kind of benefits from the Government of India. So there is a benefit, but the corporate feel that let us pay them in 90 days, 120 days. so that they want to get their benefit out of that. But otherwise, companies like Bayer Crop Sciences, companies like Hindustan Unilever, companies like Cadbury, companies like UPL, they all pay their vendors within 30 to 60 days. Companies like Cipla, Sun Pharma, they pay the vendors within 60 days maximum.
They do. But is there any penalty also if they pay late?
There is a penalty. But if there is a process for that, you have to file a case and you have to do that. They will pay you penalty.
No. Supposing we do not want to file case and all that, but is there any penalty from government side?
अरे सर आपको अप्रोच करना पड़ेगा उसके लिए.
No. Even in audit report, in audit report, there is a clause for disclosure. If suppose MSME's dues are delayed above 45 days, then even auditor has to report it in the audit report that these are the MSME's dues and they are this delayed. But the thing is, even the companies are smart and they don't mention. If suppose most of the MSMEs are ignorant about the law, they don't mention their registration number on the bills, and they don't communicate to the client that we are registered under MSME, and that's the reason why the other company takes the benefit of it. Actually, once we are registered in MSME, we should mention our registration detail on bill itself, so that even auditor will come to know upfront that this particular company is registered in MSME, and this payment should go before 45 days. And if it is delayed, it should be part of audit report.
Big companies already
follow these norms.
Share like a vendor form with all the questions, whether you are MSME or not. This has been going on for last 2 years, I think, 2.5 years.
So it's going on last 8 to 10 years.
Yes, from 2006 onwards.
Yeah, but people are not aware of it. People are not aware. He's right in his saying that people are not aware of it. It's going for 8 to 10 years. In fact, more than 10 years.
Right. So this, so in the audit, they should be taken into task. If the vendors are not reporting them or something in the audit, they should feel that there is a loss in not giving payment on time. Otherwise, it will continue.
Sir, India में law है ना बहुत बना दिए गए हैं, but उसको implement नहीं हुआ है अभी तक. So there is nothing you can do about it at this moment, because in India में MSME as a business, it's not yet developed.
नहीं, करेक्ट. बट आप कह रहे हैं ना कि अगर वो पेमेंट जल्दी कर दिया तो उनको बेनिफिट होता है, अगर लेट किया तो कुछ नुकसान भी तो अपने आप भी होना चाहिए. जैसे अपने आप बेनिफिट होता है तो अपने
आप चाहिए, पर उनके पास ऑप्शंस बहुत है ना, मार्केट में कंपटीशन बहुत है उनके पास. आप नहीं तो कोई और, वो प्रॉब्लम आ जा रही है.
करेक्ट. So it was interesting session. अगर जोशी सर, अगर आपके पास और कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं तो.
No, nothing more.
See, attendees really got a lot of value out of this, and Darshan and Mr. Kunal, Rakesh, and Mr. Nikhil already shared their number on this panel. If there is any requirement, they will be directly contacting, or we will contact through them on our behalf. End of the day, I will just attendees that if you have found this webinar interesting, please leave us a feedback. Feedback can be related to this webinar, or it can be general feedback on your expectations from the association. You can email us on office@sdet.org. And if there is nothing else, then I would like to take leave. We will meet again with some crucial and relevant topics. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.